Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here, and sorry this is coming a little bit later than you're probably used to when it comes to going over new packs and new kits, but there was a little bit of discrepancy about the price. There was an initial listing error when it came to these two new creator kits, and people were like, have they raised the prices to maybe give more money to the actual creators? Like, what's going on here? But it was only affecting some players, so it was on the EA app in the US and the UK. It was showing at $9.99 in both of those territories. I was like, excuse me, what's going on here? Because we all know how I feel about the £5 price point anyway, and I don't still fully agree with that. However, it's now been corrected and they are back to being $4.99 in both of those places. And these two kits are actually a little bit different from the other like creator collaboration kits that we have seen in the past, because these are actually fully made by custom content creators. So EA have basically looked over what they've made and have been like, yeah, absolutely, like that fits in with the game, like we approve of it, but that is all they have done. They haven't had really hands-on with these assets. They are fully created by the two creators, and those are myshunosun's Cozy Kitsch. That's how you pronounce it, isn't it? It's just Kitsch. And trillyke, I always pronounce it trillyke. I hope that is correct. I apologize, trillyke, if it is not. But Sweet Slumber Party, which is actually a creator sim one, and then the Cozy Kitsch is a build and buy mode one. I'm gonna link this article down below. They have like asked the creators a bunch of questions. Obviously, they've also asked the Sims team what's the difference. First time that a full collection of in-game assets has been crafted by a creator and just published by the Sims development team. If you do want to give a little bit back to both of these creators, they both actually do have their own creator codes that you can apply when you purchase these kits. I will leave their codes down below, but it is just myshunosun, obviously for the Kitsch kit, and then trillyke for the creator sim. But like I said, I will leave both of those in the description down below, so you can just go copy and paste when you are actually purchasing these kits. That does give them 5% back on any sale that is made using their code. We're gonna check out trillyke's Sweet Slumber Party first of all. Now there's no new hairstyles, which I know some people are like, I hope we now can get some maybe hairstyle kits, because that is something that they've never included when it comes to kits. There's also no hat. There is an accessory, which is this eye mask. We've seen eye masks a couple of times now. I feel like we got one in Love Struck, was it potentially? We've definitely had one recently, and then it just feels like this is now their new thing. They're like, oh, we can make eye masks, which I still don't really understand the point of eye masks in The Sims 4. I'm not gonna lie to you all. It's cute for like when you're sleeping, but you then, if you want to then play with this and like gameplay, you have to like have your sim get changed out of their eye masks and like into a secondary or third like sleepwear so that they can actually go about their day doing things, because imagine cooking with an eye mask on. So whilst I think they're cute to like look at, I don't really get it from like a person who loves gameplay perspective, because you do have to obviously have that sim get changed. That is actually just listed under glasses. Then we do actually have some makeup. Now it's not like traditional makeup, don't you think that we're getting like full makeup sets. However, we are getting some of the little like stars that you put on your face to, I think, like bring out spots or like let spots go down. I've never actually used these. There is a little glitch happening right now, but that's caused by the blush that my sim actually has on. But there's a couple of different versions of these like dotted around the face. They all pretty much have like the same color to them. I think these are cute. I think these are very realistic. I think they're extremely on trend. Like people do just walk around with these on their face. I love them as a little accessory. Then we do actually have this portrait strip across the nose, which I have been informed is apparently quite bad for your pores. But then we also have this one that goes across the forehead and the chin. If I just take off Liberty's hair really quickly, you'll be able to see that one that is chilling on her forehead. And finally, we have this little like eye gel. This actually looks so sick. I think this looks so cool. It looks so realistic. I feel like trillyke got the shine on this perfectly. Like it actually looks like hand applied. Like the sim has just like applied it on. I love this. I think this is super cute if you're maybe having like a little self-care day in your game. You're just like looking after yourself. I think for teenagers, this pack is going to be actually really cute for them. But then moving on obviously to what is predominantly sleepwear, I do think you can get away with using some of this stuff as like everyday wear, but we will get into that. First off, we have this t-shirt right here, which I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not gonna lie. I do think it kind of suffers from how some tops suffer in The Sims 4, where you actually have to like bring a Sim's waist right in for it to look like it fits properly. And then there is actually a matching short set, which are these little like bloomers. Obviously, they are made to go with that. I actually quite like these bloomer shorts. I feel like they're unlike anything else that we have in the game. I like that they're high-waisted. I think these are really cute. I'm just not a huge fan of the top. I kind of would have just preferred it if it had come with like a shirt or just a more plain t-shirt, but maybe that's just because I'm not like a frilly person in general. And then secondly, we have these like silky kind of shorts with a little frill on. I definitely prefer these ones, although I don't mind the bloomers. I just think this is slightly more usable set. I also think you can get away with using these for like athletic wear and also just like everyday wear. Those are to go with this little like tube top that we have. Personally, I wouldn't really sleep in it, but I understand that this isn't just like sleepwear. Like this is cute like sleepovery vibes. Like this is having like a cute little loungewear set moment. I know that people have definitely said that they would like more pajamas. I just feel like maybe when people were asking for pajamas, they were more so asking for like traditional like snuggly PJs, and right now I don't really think we've got that. And then finally we have this little bow shirt that is tucked in on one side. This is again a mix and match with this right here, which is definitely like more of your traditional PJ set. Like obviously all of the colors match each other. I will say this is very much like trillyke style. I definitely like look at this and I'm like, okay, yeah, this doesn't feel like something that EA have like put out fully themselves, because I feel like trillyke's detailing. Trillyke is a creator that I usually say is Maxis Match, but with way more detail than you're used to seeing, and kind of toes the line between Maxis Match and Alpha. Like usually if there is more Maxis Match stuff from trillyke, it's usually got heavy shadowing and like creases and way more detail than we're ever used to seeing when it comes to truly like Maxis brought out stuff. I have a lot of trillyke stuff actually within my game. I just don't know if I'm like vibing with the cuts of a lot of these. And then onto the full body assets sleek piece. I don't mind this. I think this is quite cute. I think this is kind of walking that line between lingerie and then sleepwear, but it's kind of more classic. It definitely gives more Sims 3 feels. Kind of feels like something that would have belonged in Love Struck. I mean, I can see myself getting a little bit of use out of this. Again, I think I would have loved like a long t-shirt, because I feel like we don't really have a lot of that looks like it fits in super well with sleepwear, and I would have preferred maybe something a little bit more basic. I prefer this over that one. I don't know what it is. I think I just prefer the texture. I think this one is way cuter. I think this one looks a little bit more realistic, and I definitely prefer this little slip. Then we have this, which is like a 90. I feel like this is more kid-ish, which is unfortunate because kids actually don't get anything in this kit. This is all available for teenagers and above. I can see some of my Sims Sims wearing this, and I do think you could get away with potentially wearing it as a dress. Like, I don't think it just looks like a nightie. This is hands down my favorite asset. I'm absolutely obsessed with this. I love the kind of like toweling fluffy material. I love the pattern. This little orange like clementine one is so cute. Then you've got the little hamster with strawberries. You've got these little bears and paw prints, and then you just have your plainer swatches, always down for a beige and a brown. Thank you, trillyke, for that. Plain pink, plain white, and then also this orange and yellow. Would have loved this also in like a black or gray swatch, and we unfortunately don't have one of those. I kind of just want this in more swatches because it is my favorite thing that we got out of this whole pack. I just think this looks so cozy. Again, I can kind of see myself using this as an outfit, not only as sleepwear. I fully am obsessed with it. Onto the accessories, we get two different pairs of socks. So you kind of got these cat like animal ones. You got a stripy cat, you got some calico, you've also got some like little deers. This one looks like a little fawn deer. Again, it's kind of that like fuzzy material that a lot of sleep socks are made in. I honestly would love a socks kit. I know so many of you are like, why do you want to pay £5 for more socks? It's because I think socks are atrocious in this video game, and I feel like we need more socks. And then again, you've got these like toweled ones that really do seem to match like this fit that she has on, but has some other patterns that you can throw on with, for example, the freezer bunny like this outfit right here. We do actually have two nails as well. You got these little coquette nails with the little bows and a little gemstone. You got some ombre versions of it, and then just some more plain swatches. Also classic black and white swatches with a little pink nail. It feels like your Sims could potentially at their slumber party, if you have spa day, give each other manicures, which is quite cute. I wonder if these are actually available in like the manicure picker. That would be interesting to see, because then you could kind of tie it into gameplay. And then you have this shorter version which has, I think these are clouds, or maybe they are meant to be cow print, I'm not too sure, but I like them. Then more like zigzag, you got two little flames. You got a blue version and a black and pink, which is so sick. I'm gonna put this on so many Sims. Also just some like fruits, little strawberries, and then these little ones with like nail art. Definitely feels like they've just got together with their pals and started doing their nails. And then two pairs of shoes. One are these fluffy slippers that have a little pair of ears on them. I love these. I think these are so cute. I think these are actually some of the best slippers that we have within the game. I love the look of them. I can see a bunch of Sims getting use out of these just like toweling slides, teddy fleece slides. And then for the masculine Sims, unfortunately they get barely anything. However, they do get this really nice, again, fleeced jumper, which I think is so cute. And the fact that this definitely doesn't just have to be used as sleepwear. Like, I imagine so many of my masculine Sims are actually going to be dressed in this. It comes with a bunch of like plain swatches as well. They can have matching PJs if you want them to. Another shirt, which I feel like we've had a lot of these like silky shirts recently. Can appreciate the crop on this one. I do think it's cropped in quite a nice place. However, does also face the issue of this side for some reason is a little wonky. Like, I actually went in and changed Travis's body style because I was like, is it his body that is like making that happen? But it seems to happen on a lot of the bodies. Again, I don't really know if that's an issue with like the actual asset or if that's just more of an issue with the Sims in general. But it just, once you start playing around with like sliders, it can feel like it's getting a little bit distorted, which is definitely unfortunate. I'm kind of over these like silky shirts though, I will say. I feel like we've had so many of them recently that I'm like, please, can we step away from them for a little bit? And then we just got these shorts, which kind of would have preferred maybe maybe a little shorter, maybe a shorter inseam, but you can obviously have it as a little set. And then the same with the jumper, you can have this as a matching set, or you can mix and match, or you can just like wear these as maybe like workout gear, loungewear. They look sick. I really like these as well, and you can get away with, I think, wearing them in different scenarios. I actually love the way that these hang off the sim. I feel like a lot of people constantly complain, especially when it comes to like masculine trousers, how they fit, like they feel like ankle grazers. I would love to see more jeans and stuff this length in the game. I think Trillyke has done that perfectly. I think those sit so nicely. Unfortunately, no full body for the masculine sims, which is so unfortunate. They don't get access to any of the accessories, but if you get rid of masculine, then they can. Also, no access to the slippers or anything, but again, if you get rid of the masculine tag, then you can access them. I don't really know why they've put those under feminine. They do actually get the eye mask, and then they do get the facial accessories as well, which are all under makeup. I'm assuming, yeah, they're all under face paint. And then this is everything that comes with myshunosun's cozy Kitsch. I absolutely love this. It's well up my aisle. Like, this style of decoration is absolutely me to a T. So of course I'm going to be biased on this one, because I can see myself getting a lot of use out of it because it's how it's made and like the stylization of it. But you do have black and kind of like a white, and then more of like a pinky beigey cream for your neutrals. And then there's this like dark green, there's more of a peachy corally, a yellow, a blue, and then a bright orange. And that is cohesive across all of these items. So we have a full living room suite. You have a double sofa, and then a sofa thrice that is going to fit 3 people on it. The cushions do stay the same, apart from on the black, which is a little bit of a plainer swatch. And then you also do get an armchair with it as well. You do get a dining seat, because there is actually a big old dining table, which is a 2x2 dining table that comes with it. This one is a little bit different when it comes to the swatches, but all the woods are kind of cohesive. So you have like your browns, and then your more beige, and then your light woods. This is a little like side table, but it is technically a step stool, but I really like this. We actually own one of these that we use as a little side table. Again, this is how I would decorate my house. So, you know, I of course was gonna enjoy this one, and I also have a lot of Sims that could get a lot of use out of it. Unfortunately, for like the shelving, it uses the same color swatches as like a lot of the big furniture. I would have maybe liked it if they had just given us a second version of this shelf with the wood swatches as well, just so you can make it that little bit more cohesive and kind of have a flow to a whole room if you wanted it. Same feeling about the assets that only have the wood swatches. Would have loved maybe a second version of that also had the pastels and the rest of the colors available, so you could just mix and match. This concreted, also quite skinny fireplace, which I absolutely adore. As soon as I saw this in all the promos, I was like, I want this in my game, like stat. I love the checkerboard. I love the tiling. There's also some like plainer swatches to it as well, but absolutely obsessed with this. Also, really fun thing about this is that it has a swatch on it. So obviously, like down here, you can kind of put in whatever you want. And obviously you also do have like a couple, well, I can only see one swatch up here actually, which is unfortunate. I wonder if that's the same for everything. It does seem to be the case right now. I'm gonna try and grab some like smaller items, but yeah, it only seems to have one slot over here, which I do find a little bit weird. I'll come back to that and test it. As a quick little note, the fireplace is not usable. There's not a fire in it, so therefore you can't use it like you can a fire. So it is just for decoration. Then we have this little like decorative tulip love this. Just a plain little vase, again cohesive. Then we have this art right here. You have the lettering version, and then you do also have these like 2 sunburst versions. This artwork, which is pretty much the same on all of these. I love the plumb bob, like the landscape plumb bob is really, really cool. I like how there's bold colors in all of these assets, but you can then also kind of have like the more plain like neutrals to it. This is a rug. It's like a checkerboard abstract rug, which I thoroughly love. I can't stop saying it enough, but I knew that I was gonna enjoy this one. Little light switch. This very much looks like the kids camping kit radio, but obviously without the face and the eyes. Just kind of a retro, like what, 60s, 70s sort of stereo radio. Then a checkerboard little candlestick of candlesticks. This little book selection, which the books are probably the least colorful thing out of this, which honestly does feel a little bit weird when you're trying to tie it into a room. I have actually made a room, which I'm going to show you all. Love this lamp. I love the realism of this little button down here. I love a good like statement corner piece lamp, and I think this one is stunning. You got a neon light. There isn't any different available words. This is just the one and only neon. Honestly, probably could have lived without that and like used it as something else for a slot for something else, but alas, we have it. I just don't use neon signs all that often, and if I do, I tend to use the like neon kind of stickery type ones that we got in high school years. I think we have enough neon signs to last us a lifetime in The Sims 4 is what I'm trying to say. Then we have 3 different sets of like these saucer lights. This really nice kind of like pinky rose gold. I absolutely love this. It's a little bit more neutral, but it matches obviously a lot of the pinks that we have seen like elsewhere on other options. Then we have, I don't even know what you would class this as, a side table sleek frame cabinet center. We at Sleek Frame Co. know the drill. You don't always need a giant bookshelf to display your questionable book selection. Be it as discreet or as loud as you want to be with our compact sleek frame cabinet. So it is super, super sleek. Again, it's kind of got the sort of same sleekness to it as this actually has, and I think a lot of this kit actually seems very sleek. But yeah, this comes once again in pretty much all of the colors. You got like the dark blue, the dark green, no powder blue on this one, which I do find a little bit weird considering most other stuff had like the powder blue, especially the shelf as well. Yeah, those two just have the darker blue, which I get, but also I would have liked to see the powder. This does say like centerpiece, so you can actually play around with this. Obviously that does clip in, but if you want to extend it, you can add these onto like either side. You can't actually stack them, which I sort of wish that this was more modular than it is, because obviously you could use move objects on and you could potentially like stack it yourself, but I wish that it kind of had that use case anyway. Like if you did want to make more of a statement piece, you absolutely could do so. I have actually set it up over in this room and I just use like move objects on. So initially they do just want to like stack into each other in a couple of different ways. I don't really know how this is meant to work, but I just move them so that it look like this one big thing, just like a little bit of overlap, but you don't even have to have that overlap if you don't want to. I definitely think you can play around with this and get some interesting looks to it. I think it is definitely a statement piece and I'm kind of obsessed with it. This feels like different from what we already have in the game. Like this feels so nice to see. I'm absolutely obsessed with this. I actually think this piece is probably my favorite thing, minus the fireplace, out of this whole kit. I know I called it a side table, but it's not actually a side table. It is a full-on bookshelf, so you can just use it as a bookshelf, and that goes for all of these side ones as well. But I obviously made this room using the kit. If we actually go into live mode, I'm assuming we can, yeah, set the color and intensity of this light. I wish you could just do this in build and buy mode. It's so annoying that we're not able to do that, but you can obviously play around with the neon sign. It's just white from the get-go. I really love this room. I think it's great, honestly, for the BFF household. It does just look like Summer and Liberty have taken creative liberties, and honestly, Liberty more so even than Summer. But I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I think it's so sick. I think it goes together really nicely. I think it goes well with like a couple of bits and bobs that we already have within the game. I think it will pair well with Plumbella's kit if you happen to have that one. I think a lot of apartments can get a lot of use out of these. I think anyone who's like in the social media career, maybe in The Sims, or like a stylist, I think there's a lot of different use cases for this kit. I think it's different enough from what we have in the game, but also cohesive with some of the stuff that we have in the game. And I personally love it when a build kit feels that way. Now, you know, I'm not a huge builder, but I do love interiors, and this is just, I think this is perfection, honestly. I honestly could probably take a miss on the sleepover one. I obviously bought it because I wanted to make this video for you all. This one, I actually, like, straight up, if I weren't buying for content, I would have just bought this one because I actually really, really like it. And I do personally think this is worth $4.99 for me because I know I'm gonna get a lot of use out of it. But obviously everyone is different when it comes to money and how much use you're gonna get out of things and how much you like things. Everyone's opinion is different. The fireplace does have more swatches for like smaller items. It just seems like the bigger items, unfortunately, can only go on that side, which I don't really know what the choice was behind that. I don't know why you can't put stuff on the other side. I actually want to put a games console on it as well and see if that can slot onto it. Okay, that can actually slot anywhere. That's the most important thing because I do tend to put like game consoles up on these. And let me also check if it's, yeah, it slots in honestly very, very nicely. Maybe that can be Travis's input. The girlies, ooh, these also have little slots on as well. So we're gonna put their candles over here. I am also really quickly gonna drop down a massage chair, and then I want to get everyone changed into their little sleepwear fits. Oh man, manicures and pedicures is level 6 wellness. Offer a manicure to Liberty Lee. I so wish that maybe we had got like a nail thing just like in the sleepover, but it was just Create a Sim, wasn't it? But if they had just given us like the manicure style on the little nails, like I just think for sleepovers that would be so cute. But no, it doesn't look like the nails that obviously you get in the Create a Sim are actually available as like a manicure style. I didn't think they would be because they are very like specialized. Like they have like little bows on it, and I don't think that any of these are actually gonna be it. I mean, we'll try these ones, but I don't think they've made them so that you are actually like game playable. But yeah, the fact that you have to do these like slumber parties with this ugly chair instead of just being able to maybe like hit on this like base game manicure set and be able to give your friends manicures. I know that would definitely have to be like a whole different animation, but she could like sit on an armchair, I feel, and do it. Like as long as you have an armchair or a sofa, I feel like that should be a possibility. But the girlies are being cute, and then there's Travis watching Lost Dog's Journey Home. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope this video was helpful for showing you what came with the new packs. Like I said, if you are thinking of picking either of these up, you can use code trillyke and myshunosun. Whilst you are checking out, you can obviously buy them individually and then put in the creator code so that each creator does get that 5% back. Unfortunately, it's not a discount code. However, they do get 5% back from any sale made using their code over on the EA app. I've already kind of given my thoughts, so I'm not going to dwell on that fact too much. I appreciate you all very, very much for watching, and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye now.